Hello, lovely people of the world, once again here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. In the previous episode, we continued exploring Line A and opened up access to Line C. Yay, that's not the next level in the alphabet, but whatever. In today's episode, we'll be going back a little bit to continue exploring Line A with a baller status rollout station. Use a baller to get to the goal before time runs out. Good luck! Alright, so this is another one of those really cool levels where you'll be playing with one of the special weapons. In this level's case, it is the baller. So, the really cool thing about this one is you can press the ZR button to explode, and normally that would make it so that you would lose this super weapon forever until you got it back from spotting stuff. But the really cool thing about this is that you can explode as many times as you want, and it'll keep coming back forever until you beat the level, because that's exciting. And you can also climb walls with it, so that's pretty awesome too. So we've reached the checkpoint, we gotta be careful around here. The scanner's gonna pick up main vital signs, how's that possible? The baller should be able to jump on top of those ink sticks. You want to be careful doing that though, because as you can see right here, they bounce around. Ink sticks, don't hold back now. Charge into your death. Okay. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to complete Octo Expansion without dying, but I'm not Game Over Jesse, so I'm not that cool. Alright, so let's go over here and jump this way. You gotta be careful around these sticks. Let's be careful. I'm not very good at jumping over on top of these things, so that's the reason why I'm going around them instead of jumping over them. A good thing we didn't overreact. Alright, so we don't have a ton of time left. Luckily, our time limit extends whenever we get through a checkpoint, so that's pretty nice. I'll wait for the conveyor belt thingy to go back up, and go this way and blow up the area. Woo! Yay! Test pass! Exclamation point! So something that is very well worth mentioning that I gotta bring up right now is that you may notice that the time length for each of the Octo Expansion levels something that makes me really happy. I love those scum things. Oh, those things were some of my favorite candies when I was a kid, and it makes me so happy that I see them here. I lost so many manly points during that, but anyway. No! No! George! George! My son! No! George! You had so much to live for! I'm over it. Alright, so let's take care of these guys because they're bullying my child. I would not tolerate that. Let's take care of you and go this way. Okay, so what I was saying a moment ago was that you may notice that the time length for these videos is going to fluctuate a bit more than it did during Octo Canyon. And the reason for that is because I'm going to try to take care of every line as evenly as possible. So we're going to be completing these levels with, like, for example, the past couple episodes, we did 3 levels in a video. The video before that was, we only did 1 level. This episode, we're going to be doing 2. So it may seem a little weird. You think it'd be a little bit more consistent about that kind of stuff. But my reasoning for that is because the longer lines are going to be split off into like 4 episodes each and things like that, while the shorter ones will be split off to like 2 or 3, depending on how many levels are in there. George! 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 I put my bag all the way over here! George! Oh, now you get to see what a game over is like in Octo Expansion. Okay, we can restart from the station platform, or we can go from the last checkpoint, which will cost us some of the sea cucumber point things. The accumulated data thing, we'll get into that a little bit more, probably in the next episode or so, or this episode if I get a game over right now, but George! Don't activate the elevator without me! I know it was my fault that you fell off the platform a moment ago, but you don't need to be that mean. I mean, you could be a little bit mean because it was my fault that you fell off the platform, but whatever. George, you're grounded. Wait until I tell your mother about this. Alright, as Pearl literally said a moment ago, we're fighting an uphill battle, and that wasn't too hard. It could be a little bit tricky on the first playthrough, but luckily I have skills. And this right here will take you back over there just in case, for whatever reason, you continued exploring without George. So let's go over there. Come on, Gravity, do your job. Come on, Gravity, do your job. Yeah! Come on, go onward. Onwards! Onwards, Captain Toad! Alright, so what we want to do for this is move that. And it'll activate an elevator, so that's pretty exciting. Let's go up here. Come on. Key located. You got a small key. You can open a locked door. I know Link's Awakening Switch is going to be released by the time this video comes out, but I'm so excited for Link's Awakening Switch. Alright then. That's like literally the most excited I've ever been for a video game because... okay, this right here, the balloonfish goes to explode, which will make it go that way. That was very poorly timed. Okay, let's try that again. And... boom. Charge! Okay, George. I like you and you don't like me. Let's try this again. We're gonna use the balloonfish to make it explode that way. Come on. Yeah! We did it! Gravity did its job for once, and that's super exciting. Alright then, let's head over here. And finish the job. Yay, we did it! Clap for joy. Science pointy, yes. Wassup! 8 balls. 6 7. Wassup! I know that's a very old meme, but this game references old memes left and right. You now have unlocked 3 lines, so you can view them in the Deep Sea Metro map. Alright, so that's going to be it for the Octo expansion portion of this video. So I'm going to meet you guys in the imaginary land of alternate save files, so without further ado, let's go! Whoosh! Y'all know what time it is? It's Off the Hook, coming to you live from Minneapolis Square. There's a new update. Oh, I love updates! A patch? This is a game changer! Well, yeah, they literally changed the game. Check out the official site for the deets. Well, I'm gonna look right away. Check it, here are the current regular battle stages. I heard that the salad in the cafeteria here is an all-you-can-eat. Ooh, I wonder if potato chips count. They are technically veggies after all. Marina, I love the way you think. Man, dropping splash walls in the narrow passage here can be pretty brutal. You can also use umbrella in those passageways to really rain on the parade. Here's some advice, don't ride the bikes here, they're falling apart. I just mixed them for a more exciting ride. Yo, check this new jingle I wrote for the Grisco Industries, and that's all the time we got for now. That's all the time we've got. Until next time, don't get cooked, stay off the hook. Man, I have to applaud Agent 8's imagination. She has such an active imagination that she even imagines the off the hook conversations going into battle. But anyway, we are now playing a Turf War in Port Mackerel. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the weapons this time around. We're going to be discussing the families of the .52 Gal and the NZAP. So that's going to be exciting. So, the .52 Gal, don't know what a Gal is, and I don't know whether there are 52 of them, but this is an interesting weapon. It's not one that I personally use that often. but it does do a lot of damage. It is very quick at doing damage, and it has a pretty decent range. But the unfortunate part of it is it has a slow fire rate, and the accuracy is pretty bad on this weapon. So you definitely want to test this one out before going into battle or anything like that. There are 3 variants of the .52 Gal. The .52 Gal, .52 Gal Deco, and the Kensa .52 Gal. So, the first one, .52 Gal. So I have a counter every time that I say that. This comes with a point sensor and a baller and is unlocked at level 14. The .52 Gal Deco has a curling bomb and a stingray, which it's unlocked at level 22. Bleh, I cannot talk. And the Kensa .52 Gal, it comes with Splash Wall and a Booyah Bomb. Oh, the Booyah Bomb makes me so happy. Now before we talk about the next weapon family for this video, I gotta say something about recording this footage. So, trying to get footage for Port Mackerel wasn't really all that exciting, because not only did I not really care that much for the stage in the first place, also, by the way, that flash right there, I gotta admit, that was pretty cool right there, but I'm not that big of a fan of Port Mackerel, but the other stage that was in rotation during Port Mackerel was also one that we haven't seen yet when recording these videos. I don't remember if I got footage for that, but what I do remember was trying to get footage for it was a pain in the butt, because Port Mackerel kept showing up. It was just one of those unfortunate situations. Like I said, I don't remember off the top of my head if I did get footage for that, because I recorded this a little while back. But, yeah. That's the best way to end a sentence. And I also saved a video clip right there because I was pretty proud of splashing those people. I will say, Port Mackerel, one of the high points of the stage, and this is one of the very rare instances where I'll say anything positive about the stage, I do like that it does make some pretty tense situations like that right there, because you did have what seemed like an open field, but you also had a bunch of passageways that led into it. So situations like that can make you wonder, you're battling somebody one-on-one, but you know at any moment somebody can come from one of those passageways and sneak up on you. So I do like how tense it can be, I just don't care that much for the stage. Sorry, Port Mackerel fans. I know she's upset because you lost, but I'm sorry, Agent A, but you look kind of adorable when you're devastated with this slosher. Next up, Splat Zones on Inkblot Art Academy. We've already talked about this stage. I still love Inkblot Art Academy. It is one of my personal favorites, and I really like it on Splat Zones. So, not really much to say about the stage itself, so let's talk about the weapons this time around. Next up is the NZAP family. Of all the shooter types in the Splatoon series, this is probably my favorite. And I can't really pinpoint why, because it doesn't seem that different from a splatter shot, like a traditional one. But I think it might just be one of those things where I like the way that it looks, so even if I'm not that great with it, I'm going to try my best to make it one of my mains or things like that. I don't use the NZAP too much in Splatoon 2, but I remember it being my favorite shooter in the first game. So I'm sure if I played around with it a bit more in this one, I would still probably love the NZAP, because I don't think it changed quite that much compared to the first game, but it's still a really great shooter if you're one of those kind of people. So as for the weapon itself, the damage is pretty bad. It takes a little while to splash somebody, that's low damage. The range is pretty good though, so there is that. And it also has a pretty good firing rate. So even though it doesn't damage that fast, it fires really quickly, so it does make up for that in that. And also the accuracy is really good on NZAP, so that's another thing that makes them really great. You're probably going to unlock the NZAPs pretty early on, because the first one is unlocked at level 9. The NZAP 85 comes with a suction bomb and an ink armor. This is great for beginners because the ink armor gives you that little bit of extra protection, which is always really useful. This one is actually based off the 1985 NES Zapper, and fun fact, in the first Splatoon game, this was the first ever post-release weapon in the series. So one thing that is widely known about Splatoon is not all the weapons are available at launch, but they become available for free later down the line. So this is the first weapon that was available after the game was already released, and that's really awesome. The next weapon is the NZAP 89. This one has some interesting history with it, which we'll be going over in a moment, but first it comes with an auto bomb and a tenta missile. This is probably the one that I would use more often if I was using an NZAP in this game, simply just because of the fact that I love tenta missiles, so that's probably the one that I'd go with. The NZAP 89 was also unlocked at level 11. This is based off the 1989 Orange NES Zapper, and something interesting about this one is it's kind of connected to Nintendo's history in a way. Not just because of that, but the reason why they remodeled the NES Zapper to change it to Orange was because of legal reasons, because there was a law that was going on around the time that basically made it so that video game companies and toy companies and all that stuff, they were legally required to make their toy guns look less realistic. And this is actually referenced in Sheldon's dialogue, because if you talk to Sheldon, he'll mention the fact that the weapon was changed for legal reasons. We don't have much time left for the last weapon, so NZAP 83, Sprinkler, Inkstorm, level 19. It's based off the Famicom color scheme. It doesn't not actually based off a real NZAP weapon, but this one's still pretty cool if you want to check that out. But that's going to be it for this episode of Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and until next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah.